The Great Depression water pie has now made it to Christmas. So I know y'all remember that video where we made and talked about the Great Depression water pie. Well, back in the Great Depression, they was greatly depressed. And so all they had was water. And they used it to make pie. Then people on the internet caught wind of that, circled back and made an apple pie using apple juice. Now, they basically using somewhat of the same concept and making an eggnog pie. Y'all already know, put y'all seatbelt on or fly out the window. I got life insurance policies on everybody. Who would have ever thought that the Depression was so great that we would still be influenced by it today?
None of them white grandmothers.
I'm not racist, I'm just saying if white people was depressed, what the hell was black people doing? We was deserted. Y'all say this a time to be alive? That was a time to be dead. I wouldn't want no part. Speaking of parts, what we're gonna do is do our part and bake this pie first. Now the last time when we made our water pie, remember we poured it directly into the frozen crust and then we baked it all together. This is a
No-bake eggnog pie, and I'm
excited to see how that thing gonna thing. First things first, you already know what we gotta do because y'all learned it last time. And if y'all pay attention in my classroom, then you would know that we have to dock the pie.
What does it mean to dock a pie?
Just like I told you last time, it's basically the same as docking a ship. The flour is gonna release moisture, which then would create steam that could cause your pie crust to puckle up, and we don't want that. We want everything to stay directly in the place that it's supposed to. That's why we dock the pie. Just like you want a ship to stay in the place that it's supposed to. That's why you dock a nurse. Because why would you say that? Get out of my classroom. Walk home. And take a picture of the mother who raised you when you get there. And for the rest of y'all who ain't class clowns, thank you. We got a pie to bake. 400, about 12 minutes. I know y'all want to see me put alcohol in this machine. Don't you worry, part 2 is coming. Stay tuned. I go Jello. I go Cool Whip on a little bitty pussy. Everything in this pie makes sense because Cool Whip is basically air that's trapped by fat. And the problem with adding eggnog to the Cool Whip is that the water in the eggnog wants to pop the bubbles of fat, which would then compromise the structural integrity of our pie later on. Do y'all remember last week when I told y'all how starch traps water and that's why it makes your food thicker when you add in cornstarch? It's kind of the same concept going on in this pie. All right, so look, imagine this. This is the water in the eggnog. The air in the Cool Whip is running from the eggnog, but the eggnog is like,
I'm gonna get you. Stop running from this dick, boo.
But then the pudding is the only one that's
Fucking on a shih tzu.
All I'm trying to say is that the pudding got starch in it, so it traps the water in the eggnog before it can get to the
Cool Whip.
And I probably would have got fired from the school system. The more structure you want, the more pudding you add. We only have one more thing to add to it, and that's nutmeg, which in high dosages give you the same effect as ecstasy, but no big deal or nothing. Yeah, I think this will work. I'm gonna freeze this for about 4 hours. Stop running from this big food. The pie is officially done 4 hours later. See how it came out as one solid slice? That's what that mouth do. The mouth of the pudding, I mean. 10 out of 10, not gonna lie.